Hi everyone, we're going to make a Happy Halloween card today. Got some vellum and some black cardstock and some spooky orange paper. I'm going to get some scratch paper here. For my vellum, I'm going to actually stamp on the border here. I've got this cute little witch stamp with just riding a broom. I'm going to ink it up with StazOn Timber Brown. I'm just going to stamp it right along the edge here. And I'm going to ink up my stamp again. Don't really need to do the whole thing, just enough to where I want to have the stamp cover the paper. So I'm going to stamp it again. And then next I'm going to use this cute little spider web stamp that goes perfectly in a corner. So I'm going to stamp that there. And then I'm going to trade off my stamp for a cute little spider stamp from the same stamp set. It's called All Hallows Eve Halloween. And I'm going to use StazOn again. I'm partially using StazOn because it doesn't take as long to dry on vellum. Most stamps take a little bit longer to dry on vellum, so unless you're gonna like emboss, which is great if you want to use just a random pretty color of ink stamp and you want to emboss, it works great to use you don't have to use a Versamark. But I am using StazOn because I don't want to wait forever. The plan with the card here is to have a strip in the middle of the vellum going long ways, so that's why I'm not stamping in the middle. So I am going to set that off to dry. And next I'm going to stamp again with StazOn on the pumpkin from the same stamp set onto this orange cardstock from We Are Memory Keepers, the MVP collection. And good impression there, looks good. I've already stamped a spider that I have embossed with clear embossing powder. I had stamped with StazOn and then Versamark over that, and then I did one with just Versamark. So you can see one is a dark spider, one is not. Next I'm going to ink up my stamp with the Happy Halloween sentiment with StazOn. Next time, if I plan to do this card again, I will stamp the Happy Halloween first, and then I will do a mask over that before I do the pumpkin, because unless I do it in a different ink, if I did the pumpkin in a lighter color or something, it just the two browns overlapping, you couldn't read the Happy Halloween very well. So I'm deciding I'm going to go over it with Versamark, and then I'm going to emboss with the clear embossing powder with glitter. Hopefully that will bring out the image better. Lined it up pretty good here. Turned out pretty well. So sped up the camera here. This part's like tediously slow. So I'm getting my powder on, shaking it off. And then we're going to use a heat tool to set it. That's always the coolest part, is to watch it change. And this of course is sped up, so it's if only they would heat up that fast. Alright, so next I'm going to go ahead and stick down the vellum onto the cardstock, and this is a 5.5 by 4.25 black cardstock from Recollections. And the vellum is cut to 4 by 5.25, so it has an 1/8 border all the way around it. And the orange paper is 5.5 by 2.5. And I'm gonna stick it onto the cardstock here with pop dots. And I found these cute little stickers from who knows where. They've been floating around for at least 10 years that I know of. So I thought it would be cute to have a little something different on top of the card. And later on I decided to take the ghost off it. I think it looked a little goofy. So I'm going to trim this part off. It's overhanging a little bit, which is fine. Now we have a nice clean edge. And the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to add some ribbon, a little black strand of ribbon, and I'm just going to slide it right in between the two pop dots that I have down there. It's a pretty large gap actually, so it's not like it's going to be too difficult to manage. And I'm just going to tie it in a cute, simple little knot. Alright, last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to trim off the little ends here of my ribbon, and the card will be finished. And I hope you enjoyed the cute little sound effects in the background. I placed them about randomly and they make me giggle. So the card is finished, and I hope you enjoyed. It was super fun to make. It was very simple. It didn't take a whole lot of materials, and it was fun. It was. That's why I do it. Please do leave a comment, or if you have any questions. It's always good to have good feedback, or any feedback really. So without that, I don't know if I'm doing good or not. So thanks for watching, and again, please leave a comment, rate the video, and subscribe.